It's one of the most overlooked and underreported aspects of the illegal drug trade, marijuana's impact on the environment.
Newswatch 12's Amy Sinecki is here now with a look at the environmental damage caused by large-scale marijuana operations.
As we reported last night, drug trafficking organizations started to become more prevalent in our region in the early 2000s. But it's only been in the last couple of years that crews have actually gone into those grown sites and cleaned up them after the marijuana is taken out. And very few of them are actually cleaned up. This is what's left behind after a large-scale marijuana bust. Trash, clothing, reservoirs, fertilizer, and harmful pesticides.
Some of them are very dangerous. The last flyer we had on it was harmful to people if you had any contact with it, and they put that directly into their water supply and put it right on their plants.
This is one of the many pesticides law enforcement is finding in marijuana gardens. Its toxicity level is extreme.
Yeah, it was poisonous if you touch it, drink it. If it gets on your skin, there's a contact that was pretty deadly for you. It was all the way off the chart.
Some of the chemicals they are finding are not even allowed in the United States.
These are chemicals that they're finding that are coming directly out of Mexico. They're getting in the system, they're killing fish, and it wouldn't take much for them to get into the system here and then pollute a lake like this. It's only three miles away.
In addition to toxic chemicals, water sources are being altered.
The first thing we try to do is to find their water source and then to establish how that affected the environment. We take those water sources out so that water can go downstream to eventually the Klamath River and other creeks.
Drug trafficking organizations use rivers, creeks, and springs to fill their reservoirs and run their drip and irrigation systems. California Fish and Game says it takes a lot of time and money to restore those bodies of water.
It's very labor intensive, and then you have to have the helicopter time. So with funds being at a minimal now, it's hard to get the funding to get it cleaned up.
How many of these sites are you actually able to go in and to do what you're saying?
I would say we've only started in the last couple years, less than 1%.
Back in 2006, the Josephine County Sheriff's Office eradicated this area. Now, almost 4 years later, you can still find pounds of trash. In another marijuana garden that was found in Williams this year, many branches had been removed from trees to allow more sunlight.
These are living green trees, and when they come in here and they cut a lot of this timber down and they limb it up, when they limb it, it allows the trees to get disease and die off. And in sections like the one we're in right now, it's been almost completely clear cut.
Another change, just like the introduction of fertilizer, pesticides, and trash, that could affect those areas for many years to come. These cleanups cost hundreds of thousands of dollars. Scientists say this illegal activity could increase erosion, change habitats, and introduce nutrients that aren't ordinarily there. And now coming up tomorrow night at 6, we'll take a look at the legal side of marijuana. Just in the last month, there have been some big changes as far as the federal government's outlook on medical marijuana programs. There are also initiatives in both Oregon and California to further legalize marijuana. So again, tomorrow night, we'll take an in-depth look at our growing community and how the system is working right now.
All right. Thank you very much, Amy.